Damn, Seb, why are you disconnecting the Wi-Fi? Basically, Alice screamed. He jumped into the water to save her because she got, like, dragged into the water or something. I don't fucking know. And then he, like, blacked out. And then he woke up and he was in a car and it had crashed. And he got out of the car and he was walking around. He's trying to get to a gas station. And then the car fell into the water and and I'm like, well, fuck your car, dude. And then the Stucky guy I was supposed to get the keys from is like all weird and infected by the darkness, and now I'm here. In the spooky forest. Like you do. The long and short of it is everything sucks. Correction. I keep forgetting that, like, I can actually, like, jump up and, like, climb. It doesn't work very well, though. Oh, sweet. I can climb up a ladder. Really slowly. Thanks, Alan. I would rather have another flare, to be honest. I'm pretty good on batteries. Also, I keep hearing what sounds like breathing, and I'm like, I don't like that. No. Like, I can't go this way. Look, there's a car there. Actually, it looks like a cop car. What's the cop car doing over there? Why won't they help me? Hey, Lita, you should ask Seb if you were pulled into the lake by some weird darkness thing, would he like jump in to save you?
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way. I couldn't stay here. There had to be a way to get up there. The stairs were useless. I had to find something else to help me climb up there.
Oh, hey, a thermos.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Ow. I'm very good at aiming. Do that. Anyways, it sounds like, ooh, a shotgun. Nice. It sounds like, Seb is at risk of losing you to any one of us who will gladly throw themselves into a lake that you've been dragged into by darkness to save you. Oh, yeah, let's start this thing. Oops.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use
Shut
to
up.
reach the top.
Okay. Lakes are scary and so is water. I mean, that's a mood. I did it! It makes a noise every time it saves. Not a fan.
Well,
There you go.
I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio.
Oof.
Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't
Oh
find
no,
it.
not the
Probably
puppy.
a rabbit.
Sure, Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's just too dumb for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
I bet we're gonna run into that dog in, like, soon. And we're gonna have to kill it. That's how these games go. They're wildly predictable. Flare? Hey, and then just, not just a flare, a whole ass flare gun. I wonder if that's a song made for the game or, like, a real song. At some point I should actually, like, go through these pages. I'll do it now.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the
Definitely
flashlight like
sound
my life
terrified.
depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
Also, there, I think you weren't here for this, but there are some pages that you can't find except in the nightmare difficulty, which you can't play until you finish the game once already.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs. At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice. Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now, she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
I mean, I guess at least she isn't, like, wanting to steal, Alan away from his wife. Which would be pretty shitty.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Right.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dog in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no cut. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
This is good. There is definitely nothing bad happening here. Ow! Bitch! Oops. I just wasted a flare again. Go away. Leave me alone. I guess I gotta take care of these assholes first. I am very good at this game. Ah, I can heal. Nice in the light. What? I pressed the dodgy button. Bullshit. Ow! Stop hitting me! Ow! I'm so lost. How open world is this game? Like, actually. Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know where I'm going and I'm lost.
I never touch salad, no. A man like me needs a hefty meal. That's for the day.
Okay. Ah, they're back. There's a lot of them. Again. Okay, let's just automatically. It automatically changes over to a new weapon when you get it, which is kind of annoying. Which is why I have used a flare when I didn't want to twice now. Alex, please. I want to get to places in a semi-timely manner. It's a page. I'll look at it in a hot sec. Bonk.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
Oh yeah, this is referenced in Control as well.
If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, 2 new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum
Uh-oh.
immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.
So basically, this is the a Twilight Zone ripoff. Anyways.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
I mean, you're always kind of talking like a madman, because you're a writer. And you're mad. Oops.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help. But I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up.
I mean,
And she
I
wouldn't
think
help
you
me
are
find
pretty
Alice.
crazy. Because, again, you're a writer. That looks all sorts of threatening over there. I'm not sure what that did. Oh.
Simple and as you might think, it can be dangerous. It requires patience.
There he is.
Oh no.
Even with the engine takes tools. And fatal. Mistake don't make. Count your tools before. Misplaced tool. I need and destroyed. Then rent car. You should always the job. A professional.
Where are you running to? What? What? Bitch! Might be good to run. Yeah, that's right. Run away, bitch. Fuck you and your lemonade. I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come.
Oh,
Assuming
thermos.
I'd reach the lights at the gas station alive.
Yeah, it does seem like a pretty major assumption on your part that you're gonna get anywhere alive. I thought that bush up there was a dog.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice. After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Yay.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
All sorts of weird shit happening.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
That's 'cause you're crazy. Oh no, it's closed.
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help.
Hey, yeah, shut up. No peeing for Alan Wake. What happens if I just decide to chill along the highway? Everything's creepy and shit. Ah, of course. It's all blocked off. Why even allow you to go that far? Just like block it off like right thereabouts. Oh, right, it's to give you a chance to get murdered by crazy forest people. Ow! Bye. I'm leaving. Fuck you. Oh, another thing.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Ah!
I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?